Fights happen, man. Arguments happen. Quarrels happen. It's just part of life. Just part of the game. I could have cried. I could have be a victim. Could have like complained about this and that. My life is. I could have done all that, but no, I will never be a victim in my life. Life is too short to be a victim. No matter what happens, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault that I fought with my parents. It's my fucking fault. It's not their fault. It's my fault. Everything bad that happens to me is my fault. And yeah, I could cry about it, but no, I won't cry about it because I know for a fact that there are people out there, billions of people out there, that has once went through something way worse than what I've gone through. And I have to be grateful for what I have now. I have to be grateful. Sometimes you just gotta fight sometimes. You gotta spice it up. You gotta spice things up a little. It makes things interesting. If it's too peaceful all the time, if you don't fight sometimes, to just fight and just you need some fights to be healthy, to have a healthy relationship. If it's all sunshine and rainbows every single day, then there will be no meaning to it, and when shit does happen, you won't know how to handle it. So yeah, having disagreements, having opinions that are like opposite from one another, you have to have that sometimes, and you have to know how to handle it. That's the main point. And yeah, I followed my parents just now, and and the moment I did shed some tears, but yeah, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's part of living. Hey, I mean, if arguments like this don't happen, imagine how boring life would be, and everything would be just happy. You need the negatives in life sometimes, and you need to turn the negatives into a positives. You have to always win. Hashtag always win in your mind. You have to always turn things around. Even when shit is like, it's the worst it could be. Like, it's the worst you could ever imagine. You still have to fucking turn it around and say, oh, but I have this, but I have that. You have to be grateful in any situation. No matter what the fuck happens to you, you have to be grateful. And I believe I have the ability. No matter what happens to me, if I lose an arm, lose a leg, no matter what happens, I know that, hey, I'm still alive. I'm still in this game. And until I'm dead, I'll never be a victim. I'm still working on this. I'll never complain. I never try to complain. I don't want to complain. I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to be that person. It's just not me. It's just not me to say, oh, it's his fault. Oh, it's his fault. Everything is my fault. Everything is my fault. It's my fault. Even when people say, oh, no, it's not your fault. No, in my mind, right inside here, I don't know. Deep down, it's my fault. It's fucking my fault. No one else's. Because it's my responsibility. It's my life. And if shit happens, I gotta be responsible for it. That's it. But yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one going through this, like fighting with your parents sometimes, and then you just hide it all to yourself. Now I have to share this because I know there's some of you that have fights with your parents, and you think that you're the only one, but no, you're not the only one. There are people out there. I know there's billions of people out there that have things happen, way worse happen. Probably that dad threw something out or slapped the fuck out of them. He was really close though. It was really close. Almost pushed him to it, but we're not there yet. Close. But I know there are some parents that get physical and they abuse their child, and I know there are people that have that experience and don't share it out, and they think, oh shit, no, I must be so lonely, and then some of them kill themselves. They off themselves, and no, I think they shouldn't do that. That's why I have to share this out and say like, hey, you guys are not the only one. And so probably the people that actually experience like the true traumas, maybe they can share their experience and they can inspire other people and say, hey, I got through this, you're not the only one. You're not the only one that's going through this trauma. There's so many people I know going through this. When they just feel alone, when they just feel like shit, man, the world is against me. Everything is not going my way, and maybe I should just give up or do something stupid. But everyone has problems, and most people just don't share it. Don't share it. And I don't blame them for not sharing it. Some people just don't want to share it. But if I have the opportunity to share it, then might as well share it. I want to use my adversities as my stories, as things that I can write in my book when I die. Like my autobiography. Everything that bad that happens, I'll record it down. I'll be like, yeah, I went through this. So when I get to the end of my life, I can see like, oh shit, I went through this shit. I went through that shit. I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still here. Even after all that adversity that I went through, all the shit that I went through, I'm still here. And I think these stories are really important because they show you what a human being can endure. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that probably thought this idea already. They probably wrote down their biggest struggles in their life just so they could inspire other people to say, inspire other people and say like, hey, I went through this. You can go through this as well. You can go through it. Especially in today's world, I think our problems are they're not even problems at all. They are all first world problems. Back then, people had real problems that either determine you living or you dying. So yeah, the problems we have now, it's not real problems. So I'm really grateful for that too. I'm really grateful for that. Kind of jealous that I wasn't born in that generation too, because hey, maybe I would have died in this situation. So yeah, just appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Fights like these are healthy, and you are not alone. You are not alone. If my situation is not worse than yours, there are millions of people, maybe thousands, that have situations that are worse than you. So I'll never complain, because complaining is a privilege, and I don't wanna. I am privileged kid, but if I could be less privileged, I would try to do that. But yeah, you're not alone. So just keep going. Think long term. Think after 90 years or 80 or 70 years, and then you look back at what you've gone through, and you just be proud of it, and maybe share it to your children or other people, so that you inspire them, and that you inspire them to do better than you, and you inspire them to see like, hey, this guy went through this shit, I can go through it too. So yeah, peace.